This video will explain how to access the lists once you've set them up. Now, I'm starting in our SharePoint homepage because we've decided to create a list of all of our repository links here on our homepage. So it's very easy. If I want to access a list, I just click on this link and it will take me there. Okay, I can scroll to the right and see all the information that I need to see. Now, let's imagine that your program hasn't set that up yet. How would you access the links to your lists? So I would come up here to the top left corner of SharePoint and I would click the app launcher. Because I've already been using lists, it's already been added to my list of apps automatically. However, if you haven't used it before, you can click here to explore all your apps and it will open a new tab. You can search lists and it will show up and you can access it that way. After you've begun using it, it should be added to this list automatically and you'll see it and you won't have to search it every time. Now that we're in here, you can see that I have a list of recent lists I've been working on, and I have also all of my favorites at the top. You can add your favorites simply by clicking the star at the top of the picture here, and it will be added to your favorites list. So when I click into the repository here through the Lists app, I'll be able to see it clearly. I'm just going to reset my zoom so you can see all the information. So all of the same information is included if I access this list through SharePoint or through Lists. There's also a third option, which is you can download the desktop version of the Lists app and access it that way. Really, you can access it any way that is your favorite way for your own workflow. So on the top left-hand corner, I get here's our organization, and here's the name of the repository. And you can see here that it's in my favorites list. Then I get all of the information listed here. I've got the topic, meaning what is the overarching topic that this file is teaching in the course, the title of the file, the link to the actual file, the description of what the file has, the modality, PDF, PowerPoint, documents, videos, etc., and a folder that it is connected to. So all of the files that are about abstracts and writing abstracts are going to be in a folder that's connected here through this link. I have where it's housed. Maybe it's in OneDrive, or maybe it's a link to a website on the internet. The creator, and these are the initials of our team members who created the documents originally, the last time it was edited, the version number, and the course that it was used in, academic writing. Now you can see all your information, and of course, your team may customize what's in these examples based on what you want to display about your files. I can also change the way these files are organized. Automatically, it's organized by topic alphabetically because that's the first item in the list. However, if you'd like to organize it by modality, for example, you would just click this little icon here and it would drop down and you can organize it alphabetically by modality, which would put your Word documents at the top, or you could organize it from Z to A, that would put your videos at the top. So you can organize how you'd like to see the files easily. If I want to reset the page, I just refresh the page and it will take me back to what I saw before. Now, I'd like to imagine that I'm a new colleague and I would like to access these files. I'm searching for things, but I don't exactly know what keywords I should be searching for. So I can go in here and click this filter button, and this will help me see what topics are available, modalities, etc. Now I have pinned topic and modality to the top because I find these to be the most helpful filters. But if you wanted to pin title, for example, you could click on this little button here and click pin, and that would put it at the top. Okay, I don't think title is as helpful, so I'm going to click there and it would unpin it. Okay, So let's imagine I want to see all the topics that are represented in the list. I click here to see all, and I can scroll up and down and see all of the topics that are available. Okay. If I click the X, it takes me away. I can do the same thing with modality and see all the modalities represented. Now, when I want to actually activate a filter, I would click here on this button and it would show me everything that's only with abstracts. Okay, and I see here 9 items. What if I also want to see cohesion and flow? No problem. Click on this button and now it jumps to 17 items and I can see all the information for abstracts and cohesion and flow. Now I'd imagine, what if I only want to see PowerPoint slides? I can click on that and only see PowerPoints. Then I could add documents. Then I could add video or take anything away. Okay, you can see that each time I change the filter, the contents of the list are filtered out. If I want to see everything again, I just click this little button where it says clear filters with the little X, and I go back to seeing the entire list. So now I can imagine I have clicked around and seen some of the information that I want to look for, some of the key terms that I want to search. I can also use this search button at the top and search cohesion, for example, and I will see everything that lists cohesion. That includes anything with the topic of cohesion and flow and anything that lists cohesion in any of the data points. So for example, in the description, this lists cohesion, and so it's going to show up in my search. So you get a little broader search parameter using this search at the top. Anytime I want to return to the main list, I click this arrow and it takes me back to the main list. Okay, let's imagine next that I want to actually access one of these files. When I'm ready to do that, I would click this link. Now, I have seen several times I myself have clicked over here by accident because I'm just reading the titles of the docs and I just think, oh, I want to see this, and I click the name. No problem. What you get here is then just a vertical list of everything that's in that line of data. So you can still click the link here and access the file. But in any case, it's really hard to get lost in this system. I'm going to click here out of here and show you what I always want to do, which is eliminate a click and just click the link right here. If I click this link in a separated tab, it opens up the actual document. So now I can download it and edit it to suit my instructional needs. Anytime I can come back here and see the main list, and that way I can open multiple documents at a time to review them for my needs. Now let's imagine that I want to see all the abstracts documents at once. I can do that by clicking here on Connected Files. And again, in a new tab, it'll take me to the entire folder that's labeled for abstracts, and I can see all of the documents I want to see here. Of course, we lose one of the main strengths of the list, which is that you can see a description of what you're going to get in the file before you click on the file. So it can help you decide what to look at before you have so many tabs open and read so many files you're not interested in seeing. So here I can just view the file names. The other thing is, as this is fully customizable, your team can decide what information you want to put in here. For example, we put in the creators information so that if I had a question, I could, text or call my colleague to ask them about something they created. You don't get that information in here because it only shows who uploaded it. So sometimes that information is not going to be accurate. Okay, once I'm in the list or out of the list, I can always jump back and forth by using my tabs up here. Now, I do want to show you that once you are in SharePoint looking at the files, you can see the actual nested folders up here on this list. So if I want to search the repository in this way, I can still do that. And I can still scroll up and down and see all the files. It doesn't restrict what your team has access to. It just adds options for what information they can see about the files, which you can see here is quite limited. One file search function that you don't have in lists is that you can't search all the repositories together, but you can still do that here if you want to search in the folders. So let's imagine I want to search for cohesion, but I'm going to do it in all of the files that have been uploaded across all of the repositories. And it's also searching the word cohesion in our teacher resource library books that are available in our repository for all of the books that we have for resources for professional development. So that's a really handy option if you need to search across all courses at any time. Now remember, you can always come back to your list and jump back into your class when you're ready. So we hope that helps you see how the lists can be used to optimize searching, especially when you have a lot of files, large team, and expansive curriculum.